So we're going to come into some balances. Let's start with tree pose, customise. So beginning Tadasana, mountain pose, with the feet about hip width apart, and really rooting down through both feet, and that can help us find that lift up through the spine. And it's that stability, that rooting action that's going to help with the balance, as well as using things like our gaze, our drishti point. So we'll take the weight initially into the left leg, letting the right foot just be quite light on the ground. And then we can take that right foot somewhere along the inside of the left leg. It can be just above the ankle, it can be around the knee, it can be up to the inner thigh. We used to say it was dangerous to think about pressing the foot near the joints, but there really isn't any trouble in doing so, as long as it feels comfortable and stable in your body. And I'm going to come to that balance by really pressing the foot into the thigh and resisting the thigh into the foot, or wherever else on the leg the foot is resting. So that opposing action can help. And then again, we can find that length up through the spine by rooting down through the foot and lifting up through the crown of the head. And if it feels like we've got our balance, we can take the hands into a prayer position or up above the head. Or it might feel more comfortable to take the hand to the wall. Absolutely fine to use some support, especially when we're first coming into these balances. Balances can be really fun, they can be really powerful in terms of just changing the focus of the mind. If you find the right balance for you, it takes a lot of concentration, a lot of mindfulness to really come into that point of balance. So it can take us away from all of the busy thoughts that might be crowding around the mind. Fantastic. If you want to make it super challenging, you can try closing the eyes. That really adds a level of difficulty because we get a lot of feedback from our vision in terms of the balance point. Other balances we might want to try, depending on the mobility we've got in the hip joints, depending on that shape, the ball and socket joint, might feel comfortable for the foot to come in front of the thigh. It might not. Again, this may feel better having something to lean on, a chair or a wall. And this is similar to the figure of four stretch that we might be used to doing, for example, on the ground. You can take a bend in that standing leg. You can take the foot slightly closer to the knee. Fantastic. We're going to look at some more balances. We're going to start with Garudasana, eagle pose. So this is what it looks like. I'll give you a demo first and I'll talk you through in terms of what we're doing. So we're going to be on one leg. So we're going to start in Tadasana, mountain pose, so feet are back, hip width apart. Just starting with a moment to find that stability, finding that balance point when we've got both feet on the ground. So rooting down from the feet so we can lift up towards through the crown of the head. And then we're going to take our weight through onto the left leg, making the right leg light on the ground. And we're going to take this right leg up and over the left, so we cross it in front of the left, wrapping it around. And then that right leg has come over, so the right arm is going to come under. We can make it more challenging by coming lower, a little bit less challenging by coming up a bit higher. And the arms, of course, don't need to come into the full eagle. You may find you prefer just to have the palms coming together into a prayer position. You may prefer to do now onto a tool and to use something like a chair to hold on to. So you can break it down, begin with the legs or perhaps begin with the arms, just take it apart. So just going through that once more. So starting in Tadasana, mountain pose, rooting down through the feet, lifting that through the crown, finding that stability. Lifting up, I'll take the other side this time. So we're going to take the leg in front, wrapping across with the thighs, and then coming behind the leg, tucking that foot in and around if it gets that far, and then taking a bend in that standing leg, sinking down. And really root down through that foot. That's your stability there, your roots down through the ground. That's going to help you find that balance. And then if you want to take the arms, we've got the left leg coming over. So we're going to take the left arm coming under. So the left arm comes under the right. So we can make a cross. And then again, we can wrap around for the full eagle with the arms, lifting the elbows up. We can take the arms across, holding to the elbows, pressing into the palms. That can be quite nice because it can feel a bit more stable. It can help you find that balance. Iridasana, eagle pose. So I'm going to show now half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Going to take it through Trikonasana, triangle pose. So coming down into triangle initially. Then I'm going to pop forward onto this right standing leg. I'm just going to talk you through this climb and show you the brick, which can make it a little bit more accessible. So coming into Trikonasana, so step or jump to about 1.5 meters apart with the feet. Then the left foot in, the right foot fully out. Reaching across with that right arm. Coming down into your Trikonasana. And the top arm can come somewhere down onto the pelvis. Then you're going to take the weight into this right foot. And the hand is going to come towards the outer edge, so towards the little toe side of that foot. So step in with the back leg. And then about usually a foot width in front. A foot length, sorry, in front. And the hand can come down onto the brick, and that can be a little bit more stable than trying to take the hand down to the floor. And then just see how it feels to lift that back leg. Doesn't need to come all the way up. Just try by lifting. If you can, see if you can get that opening action at the pelvis. And then we're going to work towards straightening that standing leg, lifting that back leg. And if we feel like we've got the balance, we can lift the arm. Take the arm back down to the pelvis. And you can either just drop the leg to come through Uttanasana to get back up, or you can transition back through triangle. So we're going to have a look now at Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So another standing balance. So we'll show initially and then we'll have a look at it together. We'll break it down a little bit. So Warrior 3. So we can try with breaths. That can help to give the action. So 2 breaks, back hip width apart, and you can have a go at just standing in front of the bricks so your hands are really rooting down into them to give that stability. And just see how it feels to lift one leg at a time. You may find you've got more mobility in one hip than the other. That's completely normal. And if that's feeling pretty wobbly, practice there. It's a fantastic place to be working. If you feel that's coming ahead, you can try lifting hands. Fantastic. So that's Warrior 3.